Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now, like have been promised, I'm gonna talk about the top STMR. But since there are so many STMR on this game, I think I will make different STMR lists for each categories. So you can decide which STMR you should pick. On this video, I'm gonna talk about abilities STMR. So make sure you subscribe to know when other categories videos are released. So let's start from the physical DPS STMR. Okay, so first, Riberta. I have talked a lot about Riberta STMR because yes guys, it is pretty good. 70% attack without weapon restriction and 20% health MP defense. So your attacker gonna be a little bit tanky against physical attacker, and 100% jump damage is bonus, so you can simply ignore that, okay? If you use jumper, it's nice, but even if you don't use jumper, it is pretty darn good. Very good, okay? That's why I use my... Actually, I don't use my STMR Moogle. I get it by getting for Riberta, but yes, I really like this. And next, Riku and Sora STMR. I know these are limited, but we probably see some limited characters back before the Neo Vision coming. Not sure, but that's just my prediction. And Riku or Sora STMR also give you 70% attack without weapon restriction. So pretty decent. And the best part is it gives you 50% true dual wield. So yes, actually I can say that this is better than Riberta STMR. So yes, don't mind the order of my list, okay? It doesn't show you my preference. And yes, 50% true dual wield is pretty good because let's say you can save one accessory slot. That means you can equip, let's say, like Knight's Medal or other things, okay? And you also get 50% dark or light resist. For dark element, many trials use dark element on it, okay? So yes, it is pretty nice extra. But I must say, probably my favorite is Edward Elric STMR because it grants you 50% attack and defense. Yes, 50%. Those are massive, 50% defense. So that means you also can use this for your tanker if you need this 60% earth, wind, water, and fire resist, 4 elemental resist, which make this STMR usable for almost anyone on this game. For tanker, physical tank, you can use it. For magic tank, basically everyone who need this elemental resist. Very nice. Those are for physical. Now let's talk about the Mage STMR. For Mage, my favorite is Mistina. Yes, the character herself may be kind of trash, but her STMR, whoa, it is the best magic booster in my opinion on this game. If you count the elemental resist, because wind, fire, dark 80%, that's insane boost, okay, 80%. You can also use this for your tankers if you need elemental resist. So the best part about this is, yes, it is not restricted to a mage. It is usable. That's why I picked this for top magic boost. Because, yeah, it can be used by every character. The next candidate is, of course, Ellie. 60% magic. Oh, yes, 20% less than Mistina. And yes, the elemental resist also only 60%, but the good thing is it has 4 elemental resist instead of 3. So it has more wide usage compared to Mistina STMR. Yes, pretty decent. And next, if you don't like about elemental resist, maybe you only want to build your mage, then I can say one of the best STMR is Fina and Dark Fina STMR, because it grants you 50% magic. Yes, it's quite decent, not restricted to a weapon. 50% true dual wield magic, which is very hard to raise unlike the physical version. So yes, if you buy the 3000 lapis bundle, make sure you sacrifice your super trust Moogle to obtain her STMR. Pretty decent. 50% light and dark resist are also good. Extra. And I don't think this Sarah or Archmage Kefka should be here, but just in case you like true double hand mage, then yes, it is pretty decent. It can grant you 100% true double hand magic and 60 to 80% magic, but not many mage use bow as weapon, so yes, just consider it's only 60% magic. This is for hybrid character. What I mean by hybrid is not hybrid, special hybrid, okay, but it can be used for your physical or magical attacker. So yes, my favorite is of course Gilgamesh. I have said this is better than Fina and Dark Fina STMR. Yes, I still think that. Okay, if you want to have something that can be used by lots of characters, then go for this Gilgamesh. But if you, let's say, if you only think for a mage, only for magician, then go for Fina and Dark Fina STMR. This one is insane, guys. 60% attack magic, 50% true dual wield attack and magic. I don't need to say anything further, right? You can see this very OP, I must say. And the next candidate is Nagi, because Gilgamesh is limited character. So if you don't have Gilgamesh, no need to be sad, okay? Because you can still get Nagi STMR for about the same effect. The hardest stats to increase is 50% true dual wield magic. So I think it's okay to get 20% less attack and magic, okay? And if you like to use true double hand character, of course, the best hybrid STMR for hybrid is Elena STMR. 60% attack magic, 50% true double hand attack magic. But I don't think it is that worth to be obtained, because true double hand magic is not hard to increase as the true dual wield magic. So enough about the physical, offensive abilities. Now let's talk about defensive STMR. Now for defensive abilities, there are 10 which are on my list. The first one is Summer Fit. It gives you 50% health and MP, 60% to 3 elemental resist. For the Summer Voltra, it grants you defense and spirit, which are also good, because it grants you another 60% of elemental resist, ice, water, and dark. These are good, but my only complaint is I think I prefer health and spirit combination, okay? Because MP, I can say that's kinda unnecessary. Defense spirit, I can accept that, but health spirit, I think it is the best combination. That's why the number 3 is Sweet Luca STMR. Health spirit plus 40%, 60% water, wind, and light resist. Very decent. If you need for elemental and spirit and health boost, go get Sweet Luca STMR. But again, for the ultimate STMR, I think one of my favorite, I have this, okay, Zargabot STMR. I must say, whoa, this character is totally amazing. This is really old character, have really nice awakening, and his STMR is also gold. If you remember, on last year, I created the same video, and yes, Zargabot STMR was on my top list. And after 1 year, it is still on my top list. I really don't mind to get duplicate Zargabot, because his STMR is simply insane, okay? 30% health, defense, spirit, all elemental resist plus 20%. Wow, this is superb defensive STMR. And there's also a poor man's version. I cannot say poor man's, but Noctis STMR is also insane. Noctis is also one of the best character on this game in terms of value. Yes, maybe he is not that usable at this point, but his Trustmaster, his STMR, wow, they are still top tier. And yes, like you can see, his STMR grants you 20% all stats, so it is useful for your attacker, magician, defense, magic tank, physical tank, yes, you name it. And it also grants you 20% on all elemental resists, except for light and dark. I guess it's okay to not having that, okay? 6 elemental resists, we talking that about, wow, pretty nice. And if you need a better all elemental resist, then you can get Mori or Nicole of the Epsilon Star. For Mori, it has better spirit boost. It grants you 50% spirit, but you require to equip staff, so it's kinda more usable for AoE magic tank or healer. Really amazing. But if what you want is all elemental resist and spirit boost, I think the best maybe not STMR, because if you remember Krilla Trustmaster reward, yes, Trustmaster grants you 25% all elemental resist and 15% spirit. So yes, Krilla has one of the best Trustmaster reward on this game. And yes, you may say, then why Zargabat is so great? Because like you can see, Zargabat gives you 30% health and defense. Okay, really worth. Sorry for talking Zargabat 2 times. His STMR is simply that good. And yes, that's for the all elemental resist. I have said that the most important are health and spirit, but if what you need is health and defense, then go for Warrior of Down Galoof, because it grants you 40%, quite massive, and it grants you 50% fire and light resist. It's kinda niche, I must say, only 50% and 2 elements, but still perfectly good because lots of enemies use fire. And if you need some fatal damage protection, some of you say, oh, I don't need fatal damage protection, then yes, I know some of you are able to go without fatal damage, but just in case you need fatal damage protection, I think the best is Primrose STMR, because it grants you 30% magic, so yes, you can use it for your mage. And I think the most characters who need fatal damage protection the most, sorry guys, is a mage, because mage usually have like consecutive damage increase and doesn't have fatal damage protection. I forgot the name of the mage, okay, but some mage have something like that. So in that case, Primrose STMR gonna be good for you. The downside of this Primrose STMR is it is 20% health, not 1%. If you need absolute 1% fatal damage protection, then go for Serena. Okay, and maybe the least favorite Bosch, it grants you 50% health, pretty nice, and 30% spirit. Very good stats boost, but the side ability, 50 MP recovery, I don't think that's as useful as elemental resist. Okay, that's why I put his STMR on the last. So enough about defense. Now for the last category of abilities STMR, Niche STMR. Okay, so I know some of you have been thinking, but this guy is nuts. Null has 80% attack boost without weapon restriction, but he doesn't feature Null on physical DPS. Don't worry, because he gets featured on this niche category. I know it's arguable which one is better, Null or Roberta STMR, but really guys, I'm more leaning toward to general usability. Health and defense and MP boosts are useful on all situations, but for this Null, wow, it's pretty decent. 75% dragon and machine killer, but if you don't fight dragon and machine, they are gone. The effects are not there. That's why I make this niche category. Okay, Satisfied? So you can pick which one you want to get from this niche category. So Noel STMR, I must say, wow, it is superb. 80%, no weapon restriction, and yes, insane. Yeah, I just talked that before, okay, so I don't need to repeat. And the next one is Kaito. This one never crossed into my mind until Behemoth K trial. What, 30% evasion? Who gonna use that? I said that on the past, but oh boy, you need that physical evasion to fight that Behemoth K. So really guys, if you want to build 100% dodge attacker, Kaito STMR is one of the best. It grants you 50% attack and 70% if you equip katana, and extra wind and water resist by 30%. So yes, pretty worthy STMR if you ask me. And if you are more into killer, then go for Irvin. Okay, Irvin STMR grants you 100% beast and machine killer. Yes, 100%. That's kind of too OP. And if you use true double hand character, that's extra for you because this STMR also grants you 50% true double hand. So yes, pretty nice, guys. Okay. And if you don't like about true double hand, if you are more into searching for killer, then I can say Walrus Furion and Flammy STMR are very good for you, because like you can see that these two STMR grants you 3 killers instead of 2. Yes, for Noel, it grants you only 2, okay, 2 killers, dragon and machine, but these two 3 killers. So yes, it is really special. I know you say it's only 60% attack, but really, like I said, it is niche increase. That means niche usage. So I think this Walrus and Flaming STMR may be better than Noel, because yes, you can use this more frequently because of 3 enemies type instead of 2. Next one is Ardin STMR. Why this one make on the list? First, let me explain to you. Some enemies able to remove your status ailment resist. Okay, so that means you need to have like double ailment resist buff. One from equipment, one from the battle buff. So on that situation, this kind of STMR gonna save you. And sometimes Gumi like forget to put any element resist on physical DPS, so that time this one is gonna be good. And yes, it also grants you 20% health, a little bit extra or survivability, which is good. And again, if you want to have more flexibility for mage or physical DPS, then Jasper Unbound is also good, because Jasper Unbound STMR grants you 60% attack or magic and 75% human killer plus. So yes, it can be used for both mage and physical DPS. Very nice. But let's say if you only care about magic, then of course get Dark Mage X-Stat, because it grants you 50%. Yes, only 50%, not much, okay. By the way, it is 60% magic, not attack. Sorry for the typo, okay. And next, Riku. Riku, why she appear on this? Like I say, this is niche list, so Riku STMR into this list because it grants highest LB regen per turn, 6 LB per turn, which is insane, because it is half of the allowed LB regen per turn. And it also grants you 60% attack if you equip dagger and 30% health. So yes, it is very good for even for your physical DPS if they can equip dagger, especially if you have Crimson Butterfly or Locks dagger. They are good weapon. They give you 30% physical efficient, which is useful for Behemoth trial. And maybe the last on the list, and you are not agree, it is Nike the Leader. Actually, I must say this Nike the Leader STMR is pretty good, but please don't use your STMR Moogle on him, because yes, 30% health attack defense, which is good for your survivability, and only 50% human killer. And yes, like I said, this is niche list. So yes, just decide by yourself. I think yes, those are 30 STMR, right? So yes, those are 30 top STMR from the abilities categories. Okay, I hope this helped you. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private VS Guide. Bye bye guys!